Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory go to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem and Krakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, that's out there pushing this truth for all honesty and sincerity. This is your brother Nayap, and I'm back with another news update. Before I continue on to show y'all these videos, I just want to say this is for fair use only, and for educational purposes only. Hold on, because I want to read something.
One of the biggest moves now is
like 2 seconds. Salakia Salak. I want to just go ahead and read this. If I can find it. Okay, Khan. So this is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. 1976 allowance is made for the fair use. All right, again, this is for fair use only. It says for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit, educational, or personal use tips. Favor of fair use. All right. So this is for fair use only. All right. So and then I got also 2 more things to say. These videos probably gonna be a little bit longer this time. We looking at maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe or maybe not even longer. I don't think it's gonna be too long though. I wanted to mention a couple things. So I think I got that though. So in Knoxville, I don't know if y'all been seeing, but you got these a lot of people that had these white supremacy organizations, which the 3-letter word is. They have a place that's in Knoxville, Tennessee, that they built, and they meet up there and they physically, carnally fight and things like that. And after when they done doing that, they have they got different riot shields. You can look it up for yourself, but they have riot shields. They have body armor. They have hats that look like regular hats, but they got armor plates in the hats, whatever. And they wear masks. You've seen them go to Cincinnati, Ohio. Columbus. I believe it was Columbus, Ohio, where that event had taken place with those white supremacists entering into so-called black people neighborhoods. Okay, these people have an organization to come against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Again, the enemy know that his kingdom is falling, and he wants to take you out with him. It just is what it is. That's that hatred that he has. And we are not carnally, we are spiritual. All right. Only thing we do is we push the word. We do not get carnal or anything like that. That is the end of that. So no, we are not going out to be trying to box Esau, the so-called white man. All right. So I want to let that be known. Our people don't have no type of anything up in this. And whoever does go out and try to do that, it is what it is, man. If you get put to death or something like that, you get put to death. Now, if you go to jail, you go to jail. You got to understand that we are still in captivity underneath our oppressors to this day. We are still in captivity. So without further ado, I'm going to get into these videos. I might only comment on one video, and it's the video that you see. It says 107. It's the guy with the green shirt. Well, the boy that has the green shirt. But without further ado, I'm going to get into it.
We're marching for our freedoms, and we're marching for immigrants to make sure they have the same rights that we do. They do have human rights, and that's why we're here.
Black people, Latino people, we are the backbone of this country. Our labor built it. Our culture shaped it. We must demand immigration reform that is fair, humane, and just.
Immigrants don't take from America, they build America.
hours ago, President Trump called me to tell me he is, quote, pissed off with Russia's President Putin.
I love that our president realized years after everybody else that Vladimir Putin actually isn't a good faith actor. He's not interested in friendship. He's trying to deceive Donald Trump. And while Trump pauses intel sharing with Ukraine, Putin gained more ground, killed more Ukrainians. Trump is literally being played.
Quote, if Russia and I are unable to make a deal on stopping the bloodshed in Ukraine, and if I think it was Russia's fault, which it might not be.
How would it not be Russia's fault? Russia's the one that waged the war. Russia's the one that invaded. They're the ones that can pull out and end the war at any moment.
But if I think it was Russia's fault, I am going.
And I just want to stop in on this. That's not true. It's all up to you. How about Shim Yahushua? But these devils, these people think that, it's in the power is within their hands, and it's not.
To put secondary tariffs on all oil coming out of Russia.
It's too late. Don't mistake this for Trump being tough on Russia or whatever. He's demeaned Zelensky. He's given Russia ground. He's legitimized Putin's imperial tactics, all under the guise of putting America first. This dude literally stopped intel sharing, and it cost Ukrainian lives. You can't, after months of taking the pro-Russia stance, say that you're pissed off at Putin. He got played. He literally just got played.
This is Dabu 7. If you've been paying attention to what's going on across Europe, you can tell they want war with Russia. And it doesn't matter what Trump tries to work out here with Putin over Ukraine. They're pretty adamant they want war regardless. And now they're putting out a warning. They're saying that people should stock up 72 hours worth of supplies or have a 72-hour survival kit, a bug-out bag, if you will, in case crisis or war unfolds. Sweden has even rolled out survival manuals, as you can see right here in her hand. And they're stating that they believe that this is going to escalate and the people are going to have to prepare for themselves. Because the government in a real war situation sometimes doesn't show up until 3 months later, as the past has shown many, many times. And if this is a real war situation, a lot of people are questioning, why are they saying 72 hours? Because you should have months worth of supplies if this is going to go down. They think that it's kind of like a hint, an ominous warning that, look, they're pushing forward with war with Russia, with the United States or not. They're going to back Ukraine in this whole thing. And if you ask me, a nuke's going to fly somewhere. Zelensky seems to be the thorn in the side, stopping it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying to launch decapitation strikes in there. Trump trying to act like he's all ticked off and angered at Putin and all this, but the world's a stage, man. That's why they call them theaters of war. And it seems they're prepped to drop a nuke somewhere in the vicinity between Ukraine and Moscow. Remember, they put it on the Chinese rover pick for no reason, a mushroom cloud coming from this exact area a long time ago. This has all been planned. Join me on the live streams Monday.
Now, I do want to pause this. I'm just going to, some of this I'm going to pause. I'm going to read a little bit of this, but I'm going to put it on mute. It says, historians see Trump attacks on the black Smithsonian, it says, as an effort to sanitize racism. All right, it says, it seems like we're headed in the direction where there's even an attempt to deny that the institution of slavery even existed. And that's exactly what this devil trying to do. But, say Trump's restoring truth order could return toppled Confederate monuments, Salakia. It says restoring truth and sanity to American history, they call it. It says, download as many educational materials, old photos, books, etc. you can. That's just what he was saying to do this on the screen. Reminds you of a fascist state, Smithsonian institution. I think it say Smithsonian institution braces. Hold on. It went by too fast. It's a lot. Okay, it said it reminds you of a fascist state, Smithsonian Institution's bridges for Trump rewrite of U.S. history. This devil be moving, man. But it's recorded in the Bible, so it says Donald Trump wants to take control of cultural institutions to restore the truth to American history. It said the U.S. president has signed an executive order aimed at taking control of the contents of Washington's Smithsonian museums and institutions dating back to 1846, which he accuses of being subjected to ideological indoctrination. I'll put the volume back on after this. I just don't want to play that music. And dude got his hand and stuff like that. Dude look like a bug out. I ain't gonna lie. Dude look very much effeminate, like a homosexual. Anyway, we're gonna continue on.
Fentanyl-laced vapes. That's a new thing now. Y'all, we gotta be careful what we put in our lungs. Even myself, I have a problem using vapes, puff bars or whatever you want to call them. You walk into a store, you see everybody else smoking them. They cool. You feel like it's a way to help you stop smoking plants and cigarettes and all that. It's not cool. Well, ladies just died behind a vape because it was laced with fentanyl. So they say what they're doing is they're taking the needle and injecting fentanyl into the vape. And it's like a stronger potent. It's like 50 times stronger than heroin. Sad situation, man. Somebody had to lose their life in order for others to see that it's something you don't need to be doing. Don't indulge in it. I struggle with it every day. I'm trying my best to stop. But that's why you don't try new things, man. Don't try new things, man. Y'all see all these new vapes coming out. Y'all like, oh yeah, I'm finna go give me one of them. Could be fentanyl, man. I seen a person OD right in front of me over fentanyl, so I know what it'll do to you. Y'all be careful out here.
We have some news right now. A French member of parliament, a deputy Euro member, is now calling on the United States to return the Statue of Liberty. Raphael Glucksmann at a recent rally said, quote, "Give us back the Statue of Liberty." He's a center-left politician. He further went on to say, "We're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of Liberty." He specifically took aim to Donald Trump's cuts to research institutions in the United States, which have already prompted a French government initiative to attract some of them to work back in France. He goes, if you want to fire your best researchers, if you want to fire all the people who through their freedom and their sense of innovation have made your country the world's leading power, then we're going to welcome them. And he also wants the Statue of Liberty back. Obviously, it's unlikely that'll ever happen, but this is what foreign countries are thinking about us, foreign politicians. I'll do a full breakdown of all the news that you missed on my Substack later this evening. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have some news right now. A French member of...
To the leaders of the United States, in this Eid, we break our fast with no feasts but with grief. Our homes lie in ruins, our families torn apart, yet still we gather, still we hope.
There is no hope. There is no hope. There is no hope.
We are the children of Gaza. We are...
Wrong. 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 Gaza is in Israel. The children of Israel. You're not... This is a heathen. He's not a child of God. He's not a child of Gaza. He's none of that. He is not an Israelite. He's a heathen in our homeland, in the Hebrew Israelites' homeland. Your people don't need to be over there. That's exactly what's happening. That's why it's a lot of, death and destruction. Because heathens are in our land. I'm going to continue on.
Not threats. We're not statistics. We are children who dream of peace, of
There is no peace.
schools with no bombs, of sleep with no fear. You talk about peace, yet still give weapons.
That's not gonna happen until Salakia keep on. You know, I might have to make a lesson out of this, but there is no peace until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua come back. All right, we already know that. That's when peace. I forget, it's in the Apocrypha where it says we'll be the welfare of the world. You know, when the wicked rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. Nobody's rejoicing right now. All right, so there is no peace until Yahweh Shem Yahushua come back and he put us back in our land. Continuing.
You talk about rights, yet still turn away from our suffering. On this holy night, we ask not.
It's not holy because it's not part of the scriptures. It's not part of the Bible. It's strictly based off of ideology. And our people just doing this Ramadan bullshit, y'all caught up, man. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be destroyed. If you don't repent and come back to the truth.
Forgiveness, but for justice. And as you celebrate in comfort, just remember us that even with this siege, we still dream. And as long as this dream lives, Palestine will live.
Nope. Well, we don't need that shit to live no more.
Trump DHS is launching a new self-deportation app for illegal immigrants, giving those in the U.S. illegally an incentive to cooperate. And Bill Mallusion is live in L.A. with more. Hi, Bill.
And Dana, good morning to you. So this is pretty remarkable. The Trump administration...
But that was pretty quick.
Trump DHS is launching a new...
So basically, they got an app. It went further into it. I don't know why they made it short, but it went further into it. Basically, it's just an app that, you know, if you feel like you want to just go back, like, you know, to like, let's say like if you so-called Mexican, if you want to go back to Mexico, then you can just fill out the deportation app and they'll just happily come get you and just take you, you know, whatever, though.
Self-deportation.
Hey everybody, live from Black Lives Matter Plaza. Well, it's not called that anymore. As you can see, the working crews are out. And it is the end of this mass race hysteria.
It's not true.
Happening in our country. This right here, by the way, that was the church they tried to burn down, if you remember. The crews are out here removing this 2-block-long mural of Black Lives Matter Plaza out here in the streets of Washington, D.C. It is quite the effort. They have to actually get down to the street itself to get rid of all of the nonsense here. Make America great again, getting rid of BLM Plaza.
That's gonna stir up a lot of spirits. That's gonna stir up a lot of spirits, man. It's gonna stir up a lot of you niggas, you know. Their prayers ain't going nowhere, by the way.
The state of Utah is the first state in America.
And I had to, my bad, I had to pause this. I had to look up a word called crude. And the word crude goes into, like, you know, rude, raw, you know, unfiltered. I remember I had a dude that I had a manager at my job. He was real cool, man. It looks like an Edomite. But man, he, you know, everything he do is just like a Jake. And man, whatever I used to say, he used to be like, man, you got a unfiltered mouth, man. Like whatever you say, you just say it. Yeah, because I don't give a fuck. You know, it's either you like it. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. It's the truth, man. You know, you got all these heathens in our land, and they passing away. All praises. The fuck? When they cry, I get happy. I'm fucking happy.
America to ban the flying of LGBT.
And no, they ain't like no. Oh, well, man, that's messed up. Well, it's messed up that they stole our fucking identity.
LGBTQ plus flags in classrooms and in federal buildings. Lawmakers in Utah passed a policy that will restrict teachers from displaying any political flags in their classroom. This includes the pride flag, making schools a non-divisive area. Everyone is on the same page. This will begin on May 7th. If teachers and lawmakers choose to not abide by this law, they can be charged up to $500 daily for flying those types of flags. The only flags that will be allowed to be flown in classrooms and in federal buildings is the United States of America flag, the state of Utah flag, Olympic flags, college and university flags, and military flags. One senator said, "The people who fought hard to remove religion and the American flag out of the classroom welcomed in the presence of different flags." 21 senators here in Utah voted to remove the flag, 8 senators voted to keep it, and the governor of Utah, Governor Cox, signed it into a bill. No longer can LGBTQ plus flags be flown in any classroom and in any federal building here in Utah.
Yeah, well, there you go. And I got another video that's coming up, but that's gonna stir up a lot of these sodomites, a lot of these homosexuals and stuff. These fucking transformers, man, they gonna really start. They getting riled up, man. Continuing.
Lil Baby finna do jail time, y'all. Word on the street is Lil Baby is the next rapper to do some time for a RICO, y'all. They are saying Lil Baby and his 4PF crew is rumored to be the next group to face RICO charges, just like YSL and YFN. The Atlanta feds is linking Lil Baby and his crew to gang-related that left 2 13-year-old boys unalive last summer. They said the violence allegedly started after a music video shoot tied to Lil Baby camp went left. Feds said that's what started the war. They said since then 7 people was arrested for the unalivement. And they said that's when Lil Baby name got thrown around in all this mess. The Georgia Gang Task Force said 4PF is on the radar. They're next. That's what they said, allegedly. Now y'all remember when Lil Baby tried to drop the 4PF. He like, nah, I'm dropping that because they're trying to make it like it's a gang. This is just a music group. But the feds was like, no it ain't. That's what you're trying to say now. Lil Baby lawyer was like, y'all better stop with all that nonsense. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, but just don't include Lil Baby. He ain't had nothing to do with it. The feds was like, I beg to differ. I don't know, y'all. It's not looking too good right now. I'm going to keep y'all updated on the situation, so make sure y'all like this video, share this video. Lil Baby
Hey y'all, just a heads up, the entire East Coast is about to get rocked by some serious storms right now. I'm talking about tornadoes, destructive wind, possible flooding, and hell at that, y'all. All the way up from New York down to New Orleans and also northern parts of Florida. This whole mass of area over here, you guys can clearly see it's like all red. There's like no yellow, no green whatsoever. So everybody over here is under some severe tornado warnings. Now, you guys know as of late, the weather has been very unpredictable. And now over here, you have multiple storm systems meeting and colliding to create the perfect storm situation to make calamity arise. Y'all remember the video I told you guys that they said Hurricane Alley was expanding?
The most likely place in the world for a tornado is right here in Tornado Alley. In fact, look at the 1950s. You can see a clear line right through the center of the country. But if you fast forward to the 2010s, tornadoes don't necessarily stay in their alley.
And they have no idea as to why this big change has occurred. But again, we're going through a shift. These storm systems are moving fast, and tornadoes can form with little to no warning whatsoever. So y'all be safe out there, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos, y'all. Let's get the shift. Peace out.
And shame on you and shame on the mainstream media for trying to cover for these individuals who have, this is a vicious gang.
All right, this is scary. Watch Caroline Levitt deflect after we learned today that the Trump admin is using this arbitrary point system to determine whether someone is a part of a gang with no due process. I mean, read this. The DHS values tattoos at 4 points. Communicating with someone suspected to be a gang member is 6 points. And if you get 8 points in total, then you get deported to a prison with no due process. I mean, this dude had 2 tattoos that were 4 points apiece, and they were deported to a slave prison in El Salvador. There are even reports that Chicago Bulls attire can get you points in this weird system. So check out Caroline Levitt getting confronted on this.
You can get classified by simply having certain symbols in your tattoos and wearing certain streetwear brands. That alone is enough to get someone classified as TDA and sent to El Salvador.
That's not true, actually, Andrew.
According to this document, it is.
The president made it incredibly clear to the American public that there would be a mass deportation campaign of not just foreign terrorists, but also illegal criminal aliens who have been wreaking havoc on American communities. And shame on you and shame on the mainstream media for trying
The terrorists is these motherfuckers. Continuing.
to cover for these individuals who have, this is a vicious gang, Andrew. This is a vicious gang that has taken the lives of American women.
The government filed in court, which says all.
And you said yourself there are 8 criteria on that document.
They need 8 points.
And you are questioning the credibility of these agents who are.
She doesn't know what her own administration says. It's not 8 criteria, it's 8 points. And no one's running defense for gangs. We're running defense for the Constitution and due process. They don't understand it.
That's what them tornadoes doing. Two days ago. Lord, cold, man. This is today, April 1st, 2025. I think it happened like a little bit yesterday, but I guess they updated today for April 1st, 2025. It's a pipeline that had ended up busting. This is Miami just a couple hours ago.
Shit's never gonna happen again. We might as well get some document.
I know, I just don't want these trees to fall on your truck.
This is fucking wild, Dad. You should see this. Are you videoing it? This is, I've never seen some stuff. I've never seen anything like this.
Trevin, I'll send you this video when I can.
Yeah, this is just one little side road, plywood, but we're just trying to. I knew I could get through because trucks keep coming through, but yeah, I just picture this video, and then that's like the entire county. So, like our neighborhood is just destroyed.
All praises.
Today at 3:24 p.m. local time, the Canloan volcano, located in the Philippines, erupted from out of the blue without any pre-warning.
Mount Canlaon erupted on March 31st, 2025, sending a thick column of ash 1,500 meters above the summit. The eruption was sudden, producing a dense plume that quickly drifted west, prompting immediate warnings for nearby communities.
We keep telling you that this year, all the biggest calderas in the world are going to erupt, and earthquakes over 8.0 magnitude are going to happen. Raise your frequency, raise your vibration. Don't want to believe me? Wait and watch. It's all.
Fuck the frequency and vibration. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua while he may be found by his prophets, by listening to his prophets, man. All right, starting with the men of Great Millstone and on down who teach the likewise doctrine.
About correcting your frequency, because the good and the God in us will be much needed. Namaste.
Isaiah 33:6.
5 years old.
Now look. This is some crazy shit. Now, this some, it says little kids are being sold as brides to marry older men, which is sad and sickening, right? But these kids are like 4 or 5 years old. This is sickening. I'm not even gonna get into it, man. Just watch the video.
7 years, 9 years, 6 years old. These are girls already sold into marriage, many too young to even know their own ages. 8 years, they're often prompted by their guardians. 6 years, the husbands they'll go to are a decade or more older. The last twin is 5 years old. The youngest in her father.
It says the oldest that these little girls is getting sold to into marriage to the men. The men are a decade or two older. So that mean that they're close to their 30s. They might be 20s or in their 30s. And they're getting 4 or 5 year olds to marry them. This place has to be destroyed. That is way too young, dog. But they're heathens.
His arms is a 7-month-old baby given in lieu of medical bills. The girls have no say. This in one of Afghanistan's poorest villages. And the deprivation here means girls are being sold into marriage earlier and more often. There's not enough room in the tent for all the parents who want to show us their young daughters they've sold.
Child marriage still happen in many countries. Yemen, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran. Children sold to older men as a bride just because the family cannot feed themselves. This is sad but also disgusting. How can you as a man marry a 9 years old or an 8 years old? How?
See, told you. People not messing with this LGBTQ stuff. That's gonna start a war within itself, allegedly. So people action and say China, they've been showing this a lot. It says China launches surprise military drills around Taiwan. Beijing claims that the island as Chinese territory and called its leaders parasites.
Surprise, surprise. If you are aged between 18 and 24 and
This is a little old. This is about 5 days ago. It's still relatively new, I guess, but this is about 5 days ago compared to the videos I've been showing y'all, which is in between the 30th and the 1st.
Unemployed, Rachel Reeves wants you to join the armed forces. In an interview just last night, Rachel Reeves did say that it wouldn't be any kind of national service and it would be voluntary for young people, unemployed people, to join the army. However, if the UK did get drawn into any kind of conflict, that they would have to look and reconsider how they would bolster their reserve numbers. Now, here's the thing that really fucking annoys me, and this is deja vu for me all over it. When I was 16 and 18, I have twice applied to join the army. But I'll be completely honest, on both occasions, I bottled it. I wouldn't even say I bottled it. I just refused to go and fight on the front line for the government at the time, who was the Labour government. I wanted to join the army to learn the skills, the life skills, the training, everything, all the aspects of the army appealed to me, and I wanted to join. I went to the recruitment office in Wembley, London, when I was 16, done all the forms, done all the signing up, done the physical and medical, went to the training thingy, and then I bottled. Why? Because of the fucking Twin Tower. Before you know it, UK and US are going into fucking Afghanistan. I was training or going to train to be with the Princess of Wales Royal Regiment, the infantry on the front line. I just thought to myself, I'm not fighting for fucking Tony Blair. A year and a half passed, I went to go and sign up again because I really wanted to join the army. And what happens? We start making up lies about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and then we go to topple Saddam Hussein. Then
A world without trans people never existed and never will. An attack on one is a...
Let me rewind that just in case y'all ain't hear that.
A world without trans people never existed.
A world without trans people never existed. This is madness.
Never will. An attack on one is an attack on all.
We will not let them demoralize us.
Trans lives don't just matter. They transform the world into a place of possibility, joy.
No, it transformed the place into a whole bunch of sodomites and diseases and bug outs and perverts and PDF files. Come on, man. And look at this. Look at this person on the screen. Completely unhealthy. Oh my God, man.
And discovery.
Trans people are not invisible.
We demand more from the people we elected to protect us.
That's a man trying to grow breasts. We gotta get out of here.
We value you, and we will never stop fighting for you.
Let's fight for freedom. Let's fight for freedom.
Some really horrifying images out of the Gaza Strip just over the weekend. We saw that the Israelis have continued attacking on Eid al-Fitr. Now, this is a big Muslim holy day, and even on that first day, we saw more than 50 people killed. That holiday is ongoing. We saw images of...
Again, like what I said, these heathens that are in our land are doing idol worshiping BS in the land that was given to us by God. Therefore, they're going to suffer.
Children dressed up in their best clothes for this holiday killed in these airstrikes. And our team in Gaza actually caught some footage of a whole family. They were in a tent. They'd already been displaced. 8 of them been killed. The Israelis today just issued an evacuation order for all of Rafah. Now, that's an area that goes throughout the whole southern border of the Gaza Strip, right along the border with Egypt. It's the largest evacuation order we've seen ever since the Israelis renewed their attacks against the Gaza Strip almost 2 weeks ago. Now, in that time, we've seen more than 1,000 people killed in the Gaza Strip, and this is according to Palestinian health authorities in the Gaza Strip, which is, of course,
run by Hamas. Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, he said the cabinet decided to intensify further their attacks on the Gaza Strip, despite this huge number of deaths. There's a little bit of negotiations that are still ongoing, but it's unlikely that we're going to see any big breakthroughs that could return both sides.
Look at all these heathens, man.
To a ceasefire.
Oh, praises.
Yesterday, I watched 50 guys.
This is the last video of the news, so pay attention.
Yesterday, I watched 50 guys. We actually had a virgin there. He was saying his parents are so proud that he's coming to this thing. He came in my ass 3 times. I kept having to check my ass to make sure it was cum dripping out my ass, not.
Beautiful star.
See, we need to get delivered out of here. First of all, you're not even supposed to be messing with your woman. And first of all, that's not even their woman. But even if you do have a woman, you're not supposed to be having anal sex with her. Okay, that's sodomy. That's disgusting. All right, that's how you get diseases. This place is ran by the wicked. All right. So with that, Lord willing, I know this news was very long. I apologize, but I had to show y'all, man. And I actually had more, but they ain't let me download some of the videos. But with that, give all praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, B'Shem Kakwadash. Until next time, Shalom.